Last night, I had one good successful wager yesterday. I had the Nets minus 2.5 points against the Lakers, who I'd made a plan to bet against the Lakers really every day that I could remember to this season. And then I started it, and they were down. The Celtics were a 1-point underdog to the Lakers, I guess, on Friday night, and the Celtics led by 11 going into the third quarter, a game they'd really controlled throughout. And then all of a sudden the Lakers put up a 38-18 fourth quarter, win the whole game by 9. And it looked like it was really going to happen again against the Nets last night. A game the Nets led by 19 in the third quarter. And then the Lakers, with a bunch of guys who really would not be rotation players on good teams. Like, they wouldn't be. Those guys would not play.
You're telling me Ryan Kelly, Wes Johnson, Chris Kaman, those aren't rotation players for you?
Chris Kaman is not a bad NBA player, and it puzzles me why he doesn't play more. And I don't profess to know more about basketball than Mike D'Antoni, but Jordan Hill is like the most effective player on the team, and I don't know why he doesn't play 37 minutes a night. But the reason that this game became relevant in any way, by the way, the Nets...
Because of your gambling.
Right, because of my gambling. By the way, the Nets they're 26-28 now. Is because the Nets signed Jason Collins to a 10-day contract. So when he got introduced, they introduced him, now entering the game for the Nets, number 46, Jason Collins.
That was good. That was good.
Right, so whoever came, and some people stood up and applauded, and it was nice. But it was sort of a smattering of applause, a little more than that. It was nice applause. Granted, no question, some people there had no frickin' idea what they were seeing or why it mattered. I will concede that.
It's a Laker game, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean, plenty of people don't know. But this is Los Angeles, and you would think in the team, not the city, but the team responsible for putting Jackie Robinson on a field in April 1947, that you'd get that it was a little bit of a bigger deal. And obviously Jason Collins didn't care, but I find it still, I found it markedly uninspiring. Some people applauded, not enough people applauded. It's a big deal. Good for Jason Williams. And he came back and he played, and his first play was significant. Kaman, I believe it was, maybe it was Gasol, tried to make a move, and Collins stood his ground and forced a turnover, and it was a nice play. And then he gave Jason Collins, the Jason Collins line, which was he put 11 minutes, no points, a couple of rebounds, a steal, a couple of turnovers, and some fouls. 5 fouls in 11 minutes. 5
fouls.
5 fouls in 11 minutes. The referees they have a long history of calling fouls on gay guys. I mean, it's well documented.
It's ridiculous.
In fact, in NBA history, referees have called fouls on openly gay guys nearly 1 foul every 2 minutes. It's right there. It's the facts. The facts speak for themselves.
The factual stuff is being stated in this Lakers game. Yeah.
So anyway, it was that was good to see, and it's impossible not to like Jason Collins. I heard that the real reason that he joined the Nets is because his boyfriend plays for the team. So immediately, I started to speculate as to who that might be. Do you have any thoughts?
No.
I narrowed it down to either Andre Blatch or Mason Plumlee.
I'm not participating in this. I refuse.
I wanted to tweet that just to see how people would react. But good for Jason Collins. Good for the Nets. Good for Jason Kidd, who we're making fun of. But and for Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett, who played with Collins in Boston last year, lobbying the team that since they missed out on trading for a big man at the deadline to go ahead and sign Jason Collins, that he could help. And look, he did what he's supposed to do. I mean, the 5 fouls in 11 minutes is a little funny, but he put up those numbers, and he gets in there, and he can play tough with the big guys. And what you want is a 7-footer who can give up some fouls when it matters. And he did, and they won. I hope he sticks around all season.
And you also want a guy who will focus on defense. I mean, he's 35 years old. He said the only thing I can control when I was a free agent was like me and improving my body. And he looks like for 35 years old, he looks like he's in tremendous shape. So the 5 fouls, obviously that's not something you're aiming for, but if he could be a defensive stopper and stop Pau Gasol and stop Jordan Hill or a few others, and maybe commit a few hard fouls, which is his reputation, then why not? I don't see why he can't. By the way, do you know why he wears number 98?
Yeah, except he was wearing 48, I believe, yesterday.
He was wearing 46 because they couldn't make 98. Amazingly, the NBA can't do this. They could not make 98 in time, so he wore 46.
I do know why he wears 98. He wears 98 because that was the year Matthew Shepard was killed. That's right.
Correct.
Correct. I forgot.
But I mean,
I'd forgotten about that.
Hang on one second. I agree with you when you were talking about the people just like giving the golf clap and whatnot. I thought that there would be 30% of the people stand up. 25. It looked like to me when I was watching the game, watching the clip afterward, 5%.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. We didn't get a full shot of the stadium. It didn't sound. It wasn't. It would have been nice if there had been a big moment. But I think that it's fair to say that a lot of people didn't even know. You know, I mean,
really?
Yeah, I mean, this is again, it was significant, but it happened very quickly. There wasn't like it wasn't 3 days leading up to it. It was just like the day before. Hey, it looks like the Nets are going to sign Jason Collins to a 10-day. So you're signing a guy to a temporary a player most people haven't heard of to a 10-day temporary contract. Yeah, I'm saying I would have liked to have seen more, but I bet half the crowd didn't know who he was.
I suppose. I mean, I guess if he were a bigger player, then it probably would have been different. But I just thought it was just like, hey, Jason Collins.
Some guys were up. I mean, you saw the shot. Some people got up, and God bless those people. I'm not blaming anyone in particular. I just would have liked a nicer moment.
Absolutely.
But I'm sure Jason Collins doesn't care, and good for him.